Fourth and Delusional.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ep.5 of Fourth and Delusional.
We're already 5 deep?
Yep.
Shit.
Yeah. Doing 2 a week. It flows pretty quickly. I am David Biddle. I'm here with my co-host, Satish Bisa.
Yes, sir.
And thank you all for being here. So we had a crazy big situation go down in sports news. LeBron James is a 76er.
Unreal.
Yeah. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's insane. I really thought he was going to go to either Miami or Golden State. It's funny because now it's like that poor YouTube kid for the Heat got pretty much fired for nothing now.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Yeah, or that swayed his decision.
100%.
And he was like, "Oh, now the dramatics are gone."
Dude, that kid has to be the number one most hated person in Miami. Florida.
Probably. They're
Is
definitely blaming him.
Imagine being the reason why LeBron picked the Sixers over the Heat and having to live with that for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I can't believe it. As a Celtics fan, you got to be dead inside.
I am.
That's
no,
like
I am. I genuinely feel like LeBron ending up in the Sixers and everything that's transpired is the Celtics' fault. Because if it wasn't for them blowing the 3-1 lead and the Sixers making that comeback and solidifying themselves as an actual, finals contender, that pretty much made the decision easier for LeBron. Because, we're all at the point, we all know LeBron's at the point of his career where he just wants to make one last finals run before he retires.
Yeah,
get one
for
more
sure.
ring. Like, that's the mentality there. And if it wasn't for the Celtics doing that, then and giving them Jaylen Brown, I don't think that he necessarily would have joined them.
Bro, he might have signed with the Celtics.
I don't know.
Like,
you never know.
If they kept JB, that team is nice.
I know. It's crazy. And honestly, to me, it kind of feels like, I'm going to make a really nerdy reference, but this feels like an Avengers Infinity War when they're about to take the gauntlet off Thanos.
Oh,
they have him. They have him right there. That's the Celtics having the 3-1 lead. And then Chris Pratt's like, "You what? You did what?" And then he sells. And the Celtics sold. And now it really was a chain reaction, such a domino effect that we're not going to talk about that voice crack, by the way. If anyone roasts me for that, I hate you. But, dude, that literally would just like cause such a crazy chain reaction from them. I can't believe it.
Insane.
I feel like we can't stop taking more L's.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Who's your guys' center? I can't remember because you got you guys got Mitchell Robinson.
We did.
Yeah.
But we also have Nimias Keita.
Oh yeah, Keita.
I don't know if you'll move to power forward or stay at center, but Mitchell Robinson is definitely an upgrade, but not spectacularly.
Yeah.
He's insane on defense, and it just sucks. I'm very concerned about how the offense is going to do now, especially with Jaylen Brown gone. Like, he was our best scorer and best two-way player. So, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics take a pretty big drop-off. It's interesting because I feel like going into last year, everyone thought that the Celtics would be bad because they were missing Jason Tatum because of his Achilles. But, like, if you actually watch them and, like, follow basketball, you knew Jaylen Brown, like, he's the guy. Of course, Tatum was the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
But, like, it's kind of like when LeBron was on the Lakers this last year. It's like he's, like, the face of them, but everyone knows Luka runs that. The team runs through Luka.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like JB is like he's like a first 3 quarters type of guy where he gets you your points. He'll contribute to winning basketball, but then in the fourth quarter it's like Tatum's time because JB can't really drive left that well, so he ends up I feel like people end up locking him down in clutch moments. Mm-hmm. So they kind of needed each other. But he's in a perfect situation in Philly now because he's got Maxey, Edgecombe, LeBron, all these other dudes to take over in the fourth. So if he can like the way that if the Sixers can like rest LeBron most of the game, let him come in for like the whole fourth quarter to close, pretty much, and then they got Jaylen Brown like setting them up for the first 3 quarters.
Yeah,
They could be pretty nice.
that starting lineup is so deep now that
It's
like
nuts.
if like everyone knows like oh like Embiid has an injury history, LeBron maybe, and like even if you have guys in and out of the lineup, as long as they're good to go in the playoffs, like who's gonna stop them? Like honestly, if you're a New York Knicks fan, respect to you guys winning a ring. But if you think that you guys are the team to beat in the East now, you are fucking delusional.
Yeah,
Absolutely delusional.
yeah.
There's no way.
Especially because I don't know who they replaced Mitchell Robinson with. So now
Yeah.
they're out their real 5.
Mhm.
If Embiid's healthy in the playoffs, the Knicks don't stand a chance.
He's getting cat in foul trouble.
Absolutely,
and it's like
Cat can't guard him.
And even when Brunson shoots the lights out, like he always does, always has, and always will, it's not going to be enough. It's simply not.
Yeah,
Unless like Josh Hart miraculously scores 25, and Mikal Bridges is so inconsistent.
yeah,
Like he's capable of balling, and same with Anunoby. Like I definitely think if the Sixers played the Knicks in the playoffs, it would go to 6 max. But there's no way that the Knicks are coming out of that.
Yeah, I don't see it either. For me, it comes down to how well the Sixers can figure out their rotation and all of that stuff. It's kind of like an Olympic basketball team where
That's true.
they have so much talent that they all are going to have to take a sacrifice to their production.
Yeah,
if they want to win.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna have to put your ego to the side. And honestly, I don't know how Jaylen Brown's gonna do with that.
Yeah,
I really don't, because he very much so has shown again and again that he wants to be the guy because he constantly feels like he has something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you saw Game 7 of the Sixers and Celtics, like there was so many opportunities for Jaylen Brown to tie it up or take the lead, but he's a selfish player offensively.
Yeah,
100%. Which is why I appreciate Tatum more, because he'll pass the ball up happily. Sometimes like he for sure jacks up threes for no reason, but like you could say the same thing about Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
I think as long as Maxey is like running that offense, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, they run it through Maxey. Luckily, Edgecombe is still young enough too, where he's not. Because if he was going into like year 3 with how good he is, he probably would be like, "Fuck this! I'm not taking a backseat to anybody either." Mm-hmm. But his trajectory is to the moon. Yeah, they got a deep ass team, and I forgot they picked up Anthony Simons, the ex Trailblazers. Yeah, so he's their like second or third string guard right now.
I was pissed when in hindsight, I'm pissed that the Celtics traded him to get Vooch.
Yeah,
because at the time,
Vooch sucks.
at the time, I was like, well, we need more size.
Yeah.
So I guess it made sense on paper, but in hindsight, that was a terrible move.
Vooch historically is like one of the worst defensive bigs in the history of the NBA. Like, he just gives up buckets.
Sucks.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because like I think it's really cool that LeBron went for a 2-year, $8 million deal. Isn't he? There's like I saw his picture on Instagram. This random ass guy is like a bench player that's like making more than him.
Yeah, I can see it.
That's cool that he just wants to win and compete.
Yeah. Well, he's taking the veterans minimum, so I think that's set up to where it is like they are the smallest contracts in the NBA to help teams just kind of solidify their bench or keep like a player coach on the roster or something. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad he took the vet minimum, because up until like a month before the season ended, Rich Paul was saying that he wanted another $30 million a year deal. And I feel like the public backlash from that made him realize how ridiculous he was being. Because Bron doesn't need the money, man.
No.
All he needs is another ring. My first thought when I saw the signing, Bron's ducking the West.
Oh, yeah.
That was my first thought. Like he saw the Western Conference Finals this year and was like, I can't compete with Shea or Wemby.
I mean, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you want to go to the finals, and it's like, like, why would you? Like, it's such a gauntlet in the West, and like any team can win any series, and we've seen that again and again. Like even when like the Timberwolves put belt to ass against the Spurs without Anthony Edwards. I mean, just like the coaching and the rosters there are just insane.
It's elite. Yeah, the West is a beast. And honestly, I wonder what LeBron, like how much it hurt his legacy going to the West for the last 10 years. Because he only made one finals run, and I don't even know if they made the conference finals more than one other time during his tenure. If he would have stayed in the East, he for sure would have made at least like a handful more conference finals, and probably would have had a couple more finals appearances.
Yeah, I just if there was a team that he was going to go to the West for, it was the Lakers.
Yeah.
Like, ironically, like talking about legacy, I feel like it made sense for him because being in LA and playing for the Lakers, like probably the most popular NBA franchise, like that just like I guess it made sense. But yeah, as like a competitor, there really wasn't much hope for him except for that one finals run they had in 2020.
Yeah. I mean, when he went, and you got to think about the NBA when he went to the Lakers. Because, I mean, it was a different NBA. Wemby, nobody even knew who Wemby was. Shea was still like, had just gotten traded and wasn't very good yet.
Yeah.
The West was definitely a lot more open. Back then, it was like the Warriors and the Nuggets were like the two top dogs. It made sense. I mean, and him getting to win one with LA is massive. I just honestly just would have loved us to see him retire there this year. Just take the vets minimum, run it back one more time and just call it. But I get the ring chasing, especially because if he gets one more, it's like solidified. There's no argument between him and Jordan anymore.
That's literally what Tom Brady did with the Bucks too.
Yeah.
Like everyone knew all that team was missing was a quarterback.
Yeah.
They had nobody for so long. And that, well, I don't want to call Jameis Winston a nobody, but like, you know what I mean?
Put some respect on J-Bo.
Like, it's like they needed like a slightly above average quarterback at best who could perform slightly above average at best. And it's like,
they got the dog.
They got the best to ever do it.
Uh-huh.
And now it's like, it's still kind of the case for them, interestingly enough. It's like a big reason why they missed the playoffs last year is that Baker was so inconsistent.
For sure.
Like, he started by week 8 or 9, the conversation was like, is this guy going to be MVP? I don't know.
Yeah, actually.
But then he started to get a lot more reckless with the ball and inaccurate, and then it was just kind of – he was very injury-ridden, but it was kind of down.
I feel like that's Baker's whole career arc is that he'll start balling out, then he gets hurt, and then he cools off, and then he comes back, picks up momentum, gets hurt again.
I feel bad for Baker because he really has had such a big like character arc, and like he's a winning quarterback, and I honestly think he could be like a championship caliber quarterback, but he just like that's just like so unlucky. But there is that element of like he's had some bad play, and he isn't able to be like as consistent as I know he can be.
Yeah.
I've always had so much faith in Baker Mayfield too.
Dude, if they would have promoted Liam Cohen 2 years ago and not let him go to Jacksonville and keep Todd Bowles, I think that they would be like a Super Bowl favorite right now because their team, their defense is great. Their team is solid. And they probably would have kept Mike Evans if Liam Cohen was there. Mike Evans probably wouldn't have wanted to get out like he did. But I expect big things from Egbuka this year. I think he's going to...
What happened last year?
He pulled a hammy.
He just like never came back.
Yeah, he pulled a hammy, and then Mike Evans got hurt. So he came back, was like 80%. So he just couldn't get that separation.
Yeah.
Because in the NFL, it's like 0.2 seconds makes the difference between you getting
like
open
finding
or not.
those windows.
Yeah. So he was limited, and then also Mike Evans was gone. So all the cornerbacks started shading him as the number one wide receiver.
Yeah.
When the first few weeks when he was going off, he was getting all the better looks because the top dogs were on Mike.
Totally.
But now the new Bucs offensive coordinator is talking about using him as a Z receiver, so moving him around pre-snap in motion. and letting him switch between the slot and the X, which would be huge for him because that's like there's only a handful of dudes in the NFL that really get that role. And it's like Jamar Chase, JSN, Puka, and Amon-Ra. Those are like some of the few that really get those looks. And if Ibuka, if they use him like that, I think he'll be like a second round draft pick next year.
Yeah,
for fantasy.
Totally.
I could easily see him sneaking in right at the end of the first, like being like Justin Jefferson and him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like looking at their depth chart now, obviously, like he is the guy. Yeah, he's gonna get most of the targets, especially with Mike Evans gone. Dude, I can't believe Mike Evans is a Niner.
I know.
That's gonna be so weird to see. But like, it's almost like fitting because like that Niners team is so fucked with injuries. Did you see the shit with Kyle Shanahan?
Yeah,
in the car crash?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Heal up, coach. I'm not a Niners fan, but heal up.
That's just like sad.
Yeah.
Like, I hope he's okay. Like
he sounds like he got fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, car crashes are just so
scary,
so
and sudden.
Yeah, I'm glad his family wasn't in the car or hurt, and that he'll be all right. But yeah, it's interesting now because I'm like, what's gonna go on? Because I think they promoted John Lynch, to the interim head coach.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So they're probably gonna let the coordinators run it all, handle all of it. But that'll be really interesting because like Shanahan's one of the only coaches in the NFL that are willing to use McCaffrey as much as he does. Mm-hmm. So like I could see the OC just leaning into that though and still giving him like 20 touches a game, but I don't know. I mean, there's a real world where like their offense kind of sucks to start the year because they just don't have that play calling extra little like cheat code. You know,
totally.
Like that's my biggest concern with the Seahawks is we got fuck, I keep forgetting his name, but
I mean, Clint Kubiak's not a replaceable coach.
Yeah,
you can't. Those are huge shoes to fill.
Yeah, and our new OC, he used to be the tight ends coach. I think it's Brian Fleury. He was the tight ends coach for the Niners. Hasn't been an offensive coordinator yet. Hasn't called plays in the NFL. So it's like, dude, expecting him to come in and replace Kubiak, that's a scary proposition.
It's a tall order.
Yeah, Kubiak was elite. There were so many play calls he had last season where he just dialed up the perfect route, the perfect play call, knew how to hit the play action just right, just all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you think about the Raiders this year?
I mean, I think it's going to be a bit of a okay season. Like, I think it's going to be like, the first 3-4 weeks we'll have Kirk in there. I don't see him doing great. And then with Mendoza coming in, it's going to be like, so he's not going to get a groove until like week 8 or 9. And I think at that point they'll maybe be like I don't know what their schedule is, but I could see them being like 3-5 or something. And then, but in that division, it's like you can't start off 3-5. It's not the AFC North. Like you can't start off 3-5 and then just have a run after that. That's not realistic at all.
Yeah, they don't have a chance because they're with the Chargers,
Broncos and Chiefs.
Yeah, if they start slow, they got no shot.
I think they'll be significantly better on defense, but like if you can't score the ball, if you can't score, what does it matter?
Yeah.
But who else have they added to that offense? Did they add anyone else?
No. Kirk Cousins, I think they drafted or got a new lineman. And hopefully they move Jackson Powers-Johnson back to center because he's elite there.
Yeah.
But no, they don't got shit, dude. They signed Jalen Naylor, wide receiver.
That's actually not bad.
No, he's one of my sleepers for fantasy this year because if he's the number one wide receiver on that team, he's gonna get 100 targets.
Yeah,
he
played well,
and he's going super late in fantasy, like around 18.
He played well last year, which I think says a lot for when your quarterback is Carson Wentz and JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, how do you really expect to perform? But
yeah, Naylor's one of those super shifty guys that I feel like you just forget about, and then he gets on the field, and if you put him in the right setting, you're just like, oh goddamn, this dude's so fast and so quick.
Did he ever play with Kirk Cousins? Because Kirk Cousins was in Atlanta for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how
if
old
he
he
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah, they got Naylor. I expect big things out of Brock Bowers this year.
Yeah, he has to have big numbers
He does.
for that offense to have any kind of success.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's their number one receiver, hands down.
I mean, I would love to see them let Kirk Cousins suck ass all year, get them a top 3 draft pick, and then bring Mendoza in and either get because this draft class is about to be insane. Like, there's a legit shot that they could get Jeremiah Smith at the 3 or 4 pick. Just with how many QBs are going to be there.
Yeah.
Like, people are probably going to trade up to get their QBs. So, I mean, Jeremiah Smith could go like 4th or 5th, and then
I wonder if Raiders fans, though, are traumatized by Smith. Because isn't he literally Geno Smith's nephew?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that's how did that feel for you as a Seahawks guy? See, because like he played really well for the Seahawks. Like, it was kind of one of those things. I feel like when he was at the helm, that like you guys are so close, but like you're not gonna make a championship run with Geno Smith at quarterback.
Exactly. That's why I was glad we got rid of him. He was a cool replacement for Russ. And when Russ left, everybody was sad about it, but I thought it was a good call at the time because he had definitely showed signs of decline. And then Geno came in and he balled out for a couple years for us. But yeah, at the end of his tenure, I was like, let's just get rid of him. And honestly, when we had during the preseason last year, it was like, it sounded like it was a good shot that our QB from Alabama that we drafted last year, Jalen Milroe.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had Milroe.
Yeah, we got Milroe. Yeah, wow. It sounded like Milroe.
Jalen Milroe has a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah,
that is insane. Yo, if you told anyone coming out of last year's quarterback draft class, all the guys with Cam Ward, Shador, Dylan Gabriel, Jalen Milroe, if you told me that Jalen Milroe would have a Super Bowl ring by the end of his rookie season, albeit like he didn't play to get it, but like that's insane.
Still got it.
He still got it. He still got more rings. Jalen Milroe has more Super Bowl rings than Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
Like, really think about that sentence. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other elite QBs, but yeah, he's got more Super Bowl rings than a lot of them.
A lot of them.
Yeah. You see that the Seahawks just sold to a new ownership group
again?
No, recently, but our mics, the recording cut off. When we
were yeah. Yep.
We'll bring it back up.
My Indian king. I forget his name.
It's like Khan
or Vinod something. I don't know. Yeah. But that's cool. It's fun seeing Brown excellence in the NFL. It's cool seeing an Indian family, I guess, now running the organization.
Yeah, because he's giving the reins over to his wife and son. Wow. They're going to be calling the shots. It'd be really interesting. And the one thing they can't do is get rid of Schneider.
Mm-hmm.
John Schneider is our king. He runs the Seahawks better than almost any other. He's up there like Howie Roseman is like one of the best GMs in the NFL. Their scouting department for drafts are just insane. They always get such good value in the second half of the first round. All around. I'm super excited on our young defenders we just got. Bud Clark out of TCU I think he's going to be a stud.
You guys got Bud Clark?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, he's going to be nice.
That the DB, I think this DB class is probably one of the best we've seen in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like all of those guys, if we're talking raw talent, all those guys should have been first or second round picks. All of them. Mm-hmm. But obviously, like, not every team needs those, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's insane, dude. Like, I can't believe a lot of them ended up going as late as they did. But I mean, shit. I'm pretty sure that the Falcons got AJ Terrell's brother, I think. But like Avion Terrell, I think is his name. But that's insane. There's so many guys, bro. So many.
Yeah, this last draft class was a funny one because there wasn't a lot of like big name fantasy guys to come out of it. So I feel
Yeah.
like the hype has been a lot lower than it was like last year.
For sure.
That 2025 draft class was insane for fantasy, at least. I feel like this year there was a lot of linemen.
It was a big defense.
Yeah, a lot of defenders and a lot of linemen. Just like the actual skilled position groups were pretty limited. So people, I just haven't heard as much hype up around the draft this year. But I think the defenders that went in the first round are almost a lot of them are going to be Hall of Famers.
I mean, guys I think that could do well offensively are like, Price, like you mentioned before, Jeremiah Love. But besides that, I mean, there's not maybe Jordan Tyson, maybe, but that's like you never know.
I think Tyson's going to have a good year.
Yeah.
Just because of the offense he's in with Kellen Moore and all that. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes with the most receptions out of any rookie wide receiver.
He'll for sure get a lot of targets too, because Olave is inevitably going to go down. Inevitably.
Him and Tua.
Yeah, dude.
Concussions are guaranteed.
Chris Olave's. I feel so bad for him because he really is like. I think he could have been like a, JSN, Jamar Chase caliber wide receiver. But like when you're injured like that and you don't really have good quarterbacks at the helm, it's really hard. But
because he got his head taken off against Georgia, right? In the national championship game.
So many times. I remember that was like a concern coming out of college.
Yeah.
But Ohio State, a lot of people think that's wide receiver U. That's crazy.
Yeah, kind of is.
Kinda is.
At least lately it has been.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's funny because of some of my best ball drafts, I like if I'm not sure what wide receiver I want, I just go with whoever went to Ohio State.
That's so fair.
I've had a couple of drafts this year where I got like the Ohio State trifecta, like Olave, Garrett Wilson, Egbuka, and Carnell Tate.
So that's funny. So like maybe by that token, Carnell Tate will cook.
That's what I was hoping for. I just don't have a lot of faith in the Titans O-line. Like Carnell Tate's the type of wide receiver that needs some time to get open. Yeah. And Cam Ward's gonna have to pass the ball in like 2 seconds.
Plus they already have some guys. Like they have like DK, Ian Manor, they got Wan'Dale Robinson. Like Carnell Tate is gonna be like low key fighting for some playing time, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe he ends up being like insane. Speaking of rookie wide receivers, have you seen that video of Jacoby Lane running routes on the Ravens?
I don't know if I have actually.
Dude, it's like people are like grilling him because it's very like he's very quick and very shifty objectively, but as a NFL caliber wide receiver, you watch it, he's like running like an out, and it's like
he's like drifting off.
Yeah.
Oh
like,
God.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't have much. I don't have much expectation for him in the NFL, but I think Elijah Surratt on the Ravens could be really nice.
They got him too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they got Surratt. And he is like the exact like Mark Andrews replacement in the red zone that Lamar needs.
Yeah.
Because Lamar loves a big body in the red zone.
Is Mark Andrews not on the Ravens?
No, he is, but he's just old.
Yeah.
He's just old.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised they re-signed him this year, but yeah, he's still on the team.
That's a pretty big pickup for them. Honestly, like, because the Ravens wide receiver core has always been like weak.
Yeah.
Outside of Zay Flowers. But
I mean,
Zay is like
even before Zay, like through the 2000s and 2010s, they would have like one decent wide receiver, and that's like it. Like they had washed up Anquan, or not washed up, but they had almost washed Anquan Boldin for a while. Yeah. What's his name? Torrey Smith. Was it like that Rest 2011 peace, Super Bowl? Torrey Smith was nice for him, but then he just disappeared too. Like, they haven't had like that. They haven't. I don't know how many Hall of Fame wide receivers they've ever had on the team, like in their peak.
Yeah, it's like
you think they would draft one for Lamar, like, but their team's built around defense and the run game.
It always has been. Like, I feel like when you think of the Ravens, you don't think of offense.
No.
You don't.
I think if I do think of offense, and now I think of Lamar, but I think of Joe Flacco, Jamal Lewis, and like Todd Heap.
Yeah, Todd Heap. What a pull!
Shout out, dude! I loved Todd Heap as a kid growing up because I was a young tight end. him and Jeremy Shockey were my boys. And then until I got older and realized how big of a douche Shockey really was,
Yeah, dude.
I was like, all right, fuck this guy. But I'm sure if I watch clips of him now, I would just think he's hilarious.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk a little AFC West then, because we just talked about the Raiders. How are you feeling about the Chiefs?
The Chiefs. I mean, Mahomes is cleared to practice, which is pretty insane.
You see the video of him rolling? Yeah, I mean, he's still recovering, but that looked a little rough. Yeah. That didn't give me confidence in his first half of the season.
Dude, imagine being a backup quarterback and then being like, they'd rather have Mahomes throw lefty on a freshly torn ACL than me throw righty.
Yeah, that's Justin Fields.
I would literally, Justin
That's
Fields,
the story of his life.
I would literally retire out of sheer embarrassment.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah, he's getting paid, though. I mean, being a backup QB in the NFL has got to be one of the best jobs on earth. Mm-hmm. You know,
I also think that, speaking of fantasy, I mean, it was already debatable about, how concerned are we about drafting Patrick Mahomes? Because he already was, over the past couple of years, kind of declining offensively with his numbers, even though he was winning games, but for fantasy, but also coming off a torn ACL and LCL. And then now, I mean, Mahomes is the type of guy that in the red zone, he'll scramble and get a rushing touchdown. But I would imagine Andy Reid being put in Fields. Honestly, if you have a guy like him and Ken Walk, basically Wildcat,
yeah,
I feel like he's gonna snatch a lot of red zone opportunities. Maybe you draft Justin Fields. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you use him. It would be pretty wild if they had a trips package where they used him as the flex, kind of, or he could run screen routes and short wide receiver routes, but he also could run a couple trick plays every once in a while and do a reverse where he throws it or something.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty versatile, but yeah, that's I don't know. Yeah, I think the Chiefs really just comes down to Mahomes and Kelsey. If they can kind of step up and get back to where they were 2 years ago, I think they got a shot to compete. But if Kelsey's even more washed than he was last year, I think they're pretty cooked because Rashee Rice is their only other pass catcher, and he's pretty easy to lock down.
Yeah, I feel like it's interesting because Kelsey statistically didn't have a horrible year, but he had a lot of big drops. I'm pretty sure I saw during one game the ball went through his hands and he basically did a tip drill to the defender.
Yeah,
and it's dude, people think you're the one or two greatest tight end of all time, and it's dude, I mean, you got to be better than that. So we'll see. It's going to come down to big plays for them. You'll have a lot of one score games, but we'll see.
Yeah, you think Xavier Worthy's going to be good, or you think he's just cooked?
I think they saw his speed and immediately were hoping that he would replace Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, he ain't Tyreek.
But he doesn't have he isn't a threat. And who knows? Maybe he takes that leap, but I don't know, bro.
Tyreek is so fast out of the breaks and his routes. He can run almost any route, but I feel with Worthy, his only route is a 9. He's just got to run a streak.
I feel Worthy he's fast in the open space.
Yeah,
but Tyreek Hill is he in his prime was just you're not staying with him ever. Mm-hmm. That was was never gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, how do you feel about the Chargers then? Because they got McConkey, who's a 4-3 wide receiver, and they got McDaniels, who knew how to use Waddle and Tyreek pretty damn nicely. Mm-hmm. So having a 4-3 wide receiver on a Mike McDaniels offense is almost a guaranteed for an all-star level.
I mean, I think that Ladd's been pretty good in fantasy. I've had him in a couple leagues over the last couple of years, and he was always good, but I really think, to your point, he's gonna take that that next level, take that next step. And I think that, Mike McDaniel, like, he's not a good head coach, but offensively, like that's his forte. And I think that he's gonna drop some plays specifically for Ladd. And we all know Herbert can sling it. He can get him the ball. That's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to come down to play calling. And I feel like, McDaniel, like, he's a pretty, like, aggressive offensive play caller too. So, like, he's not afraid to try to really get the ball in his guys' hands. So,
Yeah,
I think it'll be a good year for Ladd for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I'll say it here first. I think the Chargers could really make a Super Bowl run this year.
Man,
if they stay healthy, bro.
Don't do that.
They got Justin Herbert. Come on,
bro.
They got Justin Herbert behind a healthy O-line.
And what has he done?
Just been a stud.
He's had
been a
dude.
Paul Madison Beer, been a stud. Captain of the Sheldon High School Fishing Club. I mean, what else do you need from the guy?
He also has, like, what is he, like, 0-4 in the playoffs? He blew a 30-point lead to rookie Trevor Lawrence, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He has more picks than touchdowns in the playoffs. And it's like everyone, like, blames his offensive line in the playoffs, and I get that they're statistically horrible. I do. But, like, you're good enough to get to the playoffs every single year. And it's like you're going to play good defenses in the playoffs. Like, you're going to. Like, that's a given.
Uh-huh.
And then, I don't know, bro. It's just like I'm sick of the if man strikes again.
Yeah.
Herbert is a great quarterback. That's not like, I'm not saying he's a fucking bomb. If you put 32 starting quarterbacks, there's maybe 5 or 6 quarterbacks that in that scenario would do, like, okay. I think Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Drake May, and Mahomes are the only other quarterbacks that could, like, do well in that scenario, because you have to be mobile. Like, Herbert has an element of mobility to his game, but man, I'm just like let's win a playoff game first. That's for me. For me, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, every year, Chargers fans are like, "Oh, like, I think this is the year we make a Super Bowl run." Win a fucking playoff game first.
Yeah.
Like, there's levels to this shit, and I don't think people realize how hard in the NFL winning playoff games is. It really is
extremely hard.
It's so hard. Even just getting to the conference championship, hard. Like, that's why I feel bad for guys like Lamar and Josh Allen, who they make it there. Like, one or the other makes it there every year, but they can't get that last win. 'Cause you have to win like 4 or 5 straight games. In the NFL, especially when you're playing great teams. That's hard. Yeah, that's hard. And playing in the cold.
Yeah, the weather shifts and the football just becomes so much less pass focused, and it's like it turns back like a half a century once you get to the playoffs.
Dude, that was part of the reason. Like, I knew in the wild card, I was like, there's no way that the Chargers are walking into New England in 10-degree weather and winning that fucking game. Like, they're not doing that. No. There's no way.
No. Yeah, I mean, thank God they got Harbaugh as the head coach, because Mike McDaniel cannot handle the cold.
No.
His glasses fogging up and stuff. He is like the coldest looking coach in the history.
If it's colder than 75 degrees, it's over.
Yeah.
Which is, like, still warm.
Yeah, under 70 and Mike's wearing a puffer.
Literally.
Yeah, I think him and Harbaugh could be the most legendary coaching duo in, like, NFL history, dude. If they go down if they make even a couple conference championship runs, they're just, and like their pressers are gonna be all time. Like, it's about to be like Ted Lasso level comedic dynamic between those two. Yeah, it already is. Like, I've already seen some interviews with them, and like Harbaugh's sitting there in his like pleated khakis and like a polo, and McDaniel's all iced out in like a leather coat with the shades on and stuff, and then the two of them just come together to create the ultimate football coach. It's literally the perfect balance of old school football and new school scheming.
You know, speaking of Mike McDaniel and like guys on their offense, I really think that them getting David Njoku was huge.
Me too, dude. Like, honestly,
that's
me too.
Sneaky, great pickup for them.
Dude, and Njoku's still pretty nice.
Yeah.
And I could see, like, I mean, Mike McDaniel, he unlocked like Darren Waller
out of retirement.
Like,
the guy hadn't played in like 3 years.
Yeah, what's his name too? He was Jonnu Smith. He unlocked Jonnu Smith. Like, there's a shot. I mean, Gadsden is super nice too. Their other tight end. But I feel like Njoku is just such like a trustworthy vet that like I could see him getting. I could see Gadsden having the most receptions and yards in the tight end room, and I could see Njoku having the most touchdowns.
100%.
Yeah,
I could see that too.
Definitely. I'm excited for the Chargers. I got in one of my home leagues with my football buddies I played with back in high school for fantasy. I got Amari and Hampton as my 3rd round keeper.
If he can stay healthy, he'll be really good for them too. Because especially we saw the way that McDaniel utilized Achane and Mostert. Like that's. They have a talented backfield. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they have him, and they still have Kamani Vidal.
Yep, Vidal he's so underrated.
He played very well for
every time they need him to start, he puts up like RB1 fantasy production. 100 yards a game, multiple catches, a touchdown. Yeah, Vidal is nice, and Mike McDaniel, he went around the facility putting up wanted posters for Keaton Mitchell. And Alec Ingold, the fullback, which is nuts because, like, if he ends up as a Hampton owner, I'm definitely a little worried about Keaton Mitchell. Because and the McDaniels loved Achane, so if he loves a small back,
a speedy guy.
If he uses him, even in like a 30% usage role that cuts like takes 30% of Hampton's usage. Mitchell's gonna hurt his.
He's a home run hitter guy.
Yeah, he is.
Like, if you get him in open space, like
I feel because I had him. I picked him up as a waiver wire pickup a couple years ago when he was on the Ravens. And he had like one game where he busted like 2 or 3 big touchdowns and then just like hurt his knee. And story of the small guys in the NFL. They flash for a minute and then just get hurt.
Yeah, I'm just like concerned for the Chargers because like that division is. I mean, the Broncos are only going to get. I mean, they picked up fucking Jalen Waddle. That's insane. You would assume that, you know, he'll tell the coaches like this is how McDaniel operates and this is how he thinks offensively, and like it feels so fucking naive to ever count out the Chiefs. Like
always,
unless like Mahomes like goes down again or has like an aberration of a season again, then it would be bad for them.
Yeah, but the Chiefs, I see Mahomes maybe not starting the first couple weeks, but even if he does, they're just gonna feed Kenneth Walker the rock.
Totally.
Let Mahomes get his groove back, and if they can even go like 50%, like 3-3 on their first 6 games, they got a shot to make a legit playoff run.
Totally,
because they got the whistle on their side too.
They always have, always will.
Always have the whistle. So yeah, you cannot count out the Chiefs just because of the whistle alone. Even with Justin Fields in the game, he'll get 300. He'll get 450 yards passing, and 300 of it will be PIs. The other 150 is screen routes to Rashi Rice. The Broncos are super nice though.
I hope Bo stays healthy though. Like, that like fracture in his foot.
That was so sad.
That was sad.
I can't imagine being a Broncos fan. That was one of the most shocking injuries.
That was like your year too. You won a thriller against Buffalo. You're on a high. Every Broncos fan after that game was like, "We're winning the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. And we're winning."
Definitely.
And then out of nowhere, you find out 20 minutes later he's out.
And wasn't? Did you guys play? Did you guys play him in?
No, it was Stidham.
Yeah, it was
State
stand-up, but
came in.
wasn't it in Denver, though,
Mhm.
that playoff game? Yeah, man. Bo Nix, Mile High in the winter. That's as hard of an environment as it is to
Yeah.
win anywhere in the NFL. Yeah, I could. I mean,
But hey, Broncos fans, I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. Oh, if Bo was in it, we would have won. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, guess we'll never know. But yeah, I think the Broncos, if Bo Nix can return healthy, I think there's a shot that Jalen Waddle finishes the top 5 wide receiver this year. Because Sean Payton knows how to call the plays too.
100%.
He can scheme them up with the
Mhm.
best of them. I mean, he had Michael Thomas as like the target leader in the NFL for multiple years in a row with Drew Brees.
And they still have Sutton.
Yeah. Troy Franklin too.
Yeah,
Shout out Ducks.
and Pat Bryant. Like they have a lot of talent on offense.
And Mims too. Mims is low key.
Mims. How did I forget about Mims? Oh my god. Yeah, shit. He can take the top off any defense.
Yeah, if they use Waddle, if they give Waddle a bunch of screen routes and like use him in the short intermediate game, I think he's gonna eat this year.
Dude, yeah. Sutton and Waddle on the outside and Mims in the slot would go crazy.
Yeah. Waddle's biggest issue is just staying healthy.
Yeah.
He always gets dinged up.
Mhm.
I've had him on my fantasy team off and on for years, and like he's the most frustrating player to have because every time he gets hurt, you never even notice it. Like it's always on a play, and it's like then he's just out, and you're like, "What the fuck happened? Why isn't he in the game anymore?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, he tweaked something, or his knee hurts, or just something." But like I'd rather have a player that plays until they get catastrophically injured, and then you get to at least see it. You know,
I'm also interested to see like how seeing Waddle more downfield.
Yeah,
because I feel like when Tua was your quarterback, it's a lot of like slants, quick passes, play action, like quick, like over the middle. Like, and I feel like a lot of Waddle's big plays were run after the catch, which he's very capable of, always has and always will. But like shit, dude, like Sean Payton's gonna cook.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's gonna be so many plays designed to specifically get the ball to Waddle. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
And Jonah Coleman's underrated too, coming out of UW, their rookie running back.
Oh yeah,
he's nice. He's a bruiser. Like he's a bigger, slower back, but in between the tackles, he's about to be their goal line like feaster. He's gonna eat. He's gonna eat in the red zone for them. Because in my mind, Dobbins is gonna be out by week 10. And they're and then Jonah Coleman's gonna be their like hammer throughout the playoffs.
They still have RJ Harvey too.
They do
phenomenal receiving back.
I like RJ Harvey a lot, but just going off of everything they did in the offseason and like a lot of the coach speak index that I saw from Sean Payton around Harvey, I don't think that Sean Payton views him as more than just like a complimentary pass catching piece. He doesn't view him as an actual 3-down running back.
Yeah,
because they really tried to sign Travis Etienne.
Really?
Yeah, they really wanted Etienne, and they couldn't get him. And they wanted a couple other people, like I think Algier and somebody else, and they couldn't get any of them. So
who got Algier?
The Cardinals. Dude, I felt so bad for him when they drafted Jeremiah Love because this dude was behind Bijan, goes to Arizona, and now he's behind Jeremiah Love for the next 3 years.
Algier's a workhorse. He deserves better.
Honestly, he does, dude.
He's one of the few running backs that I feel like he just hasn't been in a situation where he can thrive and be the guy. Like I'm sure. Who's it? He could go to like. He could go to Pittsburgh.
Go to Seattle.
Could. He could go to like Cincinnati. There's so many teams where he could have gone to and been like the guy.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. I'm sure he was probably thinking that too, but then they drafted fucking Love and he was like, shit.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah, because I don't think he expected them to get him there. Yeah. I think he was expecting them to get like Carnell Tate or a defender.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Broncos though, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like out of the AFC, I like them and the Chargers are two of my favorite teams going into this season. I think if either of them can really put it together, I think they could make a legit Super Bowl run.
I mean, the Chargers definitely got better. I think the Broncos are.
They were there last
I mean,
year.
they
added one.
They're still the team to beat.
Yeah.
I think like
in the AFC.
You can't just write off the 1 seed after one off season.
Yeah.
And they only got better since then. That doesn't make sense to me. I really think that I think the window for the Bills and the Ravens is closing. Like, it's just, I mean, the Bills picked up DJ Moore, but it's like, I don't know, bro. I mean, like, Sean McDermott, like, he always like folds in the playoffs, and like, the Ravens don't have John Harbaugh anymore. It's just like, I feel like it's like a passing of the torch.
It feels like it. The window in the NFL is so short. You got like 4 years, 5 years most to make a run. Josh Allen and Lamar. I feel like Lamar has more of a shot to make a Super Bowl than Josh Allen.
I agree.
Just because of like the Ravens defense, and Derrick Henry is still like in the playoffs. He's one of the best running backs ever.
Yeah.
He just like he just wears you down, and you just can't tackle him in cold weather.
Yeah.
But
and like we talked about last episode, every time the Ravens season ended, it was like the most heartbreaking fashion ever. Like, you can't put that on really any. I mean, you can put it on any one person, I guess, in the scheme of those events, but it's not like the team went in there and like shat the bed, or just like couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think if I really had to rank them, I would put the Ravens above the Chargers. I'd probably put the Chargers fourth. I'd probably go Broncos, Ravens, Bills, then the Chargers.
No Pats.
I gotta see.
All right.
I saw the pain in your eyes.
No, it's fine. Listen,
bro, fuck the Pats, bro. We're Seahawks fans out here.
This is nothing new to me. This is like I get more offended when people are supportive of the Pats, because it's like,
yeah, what are you doing? What are you trying to glaze me for?
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm a lone wolf. I've accepted this role for like over a decade. Since I left Massachusetts, I get it. But you know what? If you really want to sit here and tell me that you think the Chargers are going to be better than the Pats, then all right. Okay. All right, Dave.
Hey, we'll take it. I know my NFC ball. The AFC is a little bit of a foreign concept to me, but I don't know. I mean, if we really, for me, my hang up with the Pats is I'm gonna have to see week 1. If Drake May can bounce back and like have just even a decent game against the Seahawks, I think you guys got a legit shot at having a good year. But if week 1 comes out the gate and he gets sacked another 6-7 times and like it doesn't score,
bro, we literally, it goes back to what I was saying about like how hard it is to make a Super Bowl run in the playoffs. He played every team what was like a top 5-6 defense. It was as a quarterback, he went through a fucking ringer. He did. It was the Chargers, top 5 defense. The Texans, top 2 defense. Yeah. Broncos, top 2 defense. Yeah. The Seahawks,
that's true.
Best defense in the league. Yeah. Like, it's like, what? I don't know.
Well, we'll take it off Drake May and we'll put it on Tom Brady, because the Seahawks had some intel with those blitzes, dude. They 100% had some inside intel. So yeah, I don't know. But all right, you convinced me. We'll put the Pats third.
No, I'm not trying to convince anyone. I'm just saying. I'm just pleading my case.
Yeah, we'll take it. We need some conflict on the show.
We do.
People were telling me we're being green too much. Cool. You want to wrap it up on 20 now?
Always.
Let's do it. Let me make sure I screen record this time. We will do. Oh yeah, Gridiron IQ, offense only. There we go. Giants.
What?
2021 to 25. Yeah, rookie Malik Neighbors. He had like 160 targets that year.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland 06 to 2010.
Cleveland. We're getting fucked.
07. 2010. Peyton Hill. I don't think his stats were actually good though. I think we got to go re-roll.
Yeah.
because 07 Jamal Lewis is old too. That's after his.
Let's go
the
Seneca
Ravens.
Wallace.
I forgot about Seneca
Me too.
Wallace. What a throwback. Buffalo 99 to 05.
They had Bledsoe. I did not know that.
I feel like 04 Willis McGahee is nice. Yeah, they had Bledsoe. Wasn't that right after he left the Pats?
Yo, McGahee was a dog.
You know, Bledsoe lives in Bend. He's the head coach at Summer High School.
You know what? I did know that.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, his sister's boyfriends played for Drew Bledsoe.
Nice.
And it's like from Bend. And I was like, what? That's insane.
Wait, all right. So, low key 02 Peerless Price, bro. I forgot
Price.
about Peerless Price. I think we got to go Willis McGahee. Yeah. Detroit 2011 to
Calvin
15.
Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going 2012 Calvin Johnson. Not even a question. Megatron, one of the best wide receivers, if not the best wide receiver.
The most like
to ever
accurate and hard nickname. Like it was like there was no topping that.
No, he is Megatron, and like just that era. I forget that Reggie Bush was on that team with him and Matt Stafford, but that was low key a hell of an era for Detroit football. SF 21 to 25.
CMC.
Yeah, we gotta do CMC. Seattle 83 to 90. God damn it! Oh, we only got two.
Running back Kurt Warner.
See, Steve Largent, 85 wide receivers, the guy.
Yeah.
But we don't got any wide receivers. I think we gotta go Jim Zorn.
Okay.
Jim Zorn was all right. He was all right. But 83, though, the passing stats are just going to be so skewed. 2006 to 2010 for a tight end? Come on. Dude, Anthony Fasano? I don't even know.
Dude.
I think we're cooked with any of these guys. Let's do Randy McMichael. I like that name.
All right.
15 and 5.
Yeah.
Damn, Willis McGahee held it. Randy McMichael wasn't that bad. 62 receptions, 640 yards. McGahee, though, with only 1,100 rush yards. Yeah. All right. 15 and 5. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll get them next week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Good one as always.
Peace.
Go Pats.
4th and Delusional.